Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. It is an act of great audacity to come to speak after Mushal Hussain Sahab has spoken. I joined WAPDA when the headquarters office of WAPDA was in a small bungalow in Gulbarg. From that small bungalow to WAPDA house is a journey that I have been a part of it. And it was in this period, during this journey, that it achieved those targets which were believed by the world to be impossible. Indus replacement works was one of them. I remember this as a young engineer. Foreigners coming and telling us, we wish you well, we hope you do it, but you can't do it. It is the world's largest earth water development program. How can you do it in 10 years? It has taken other people with much greater experiences, generations. But it was done on the dot. WAPDA also committed some serious mistakes. And I tell them that I have not read about it in papers or in reports or in documents. I have not heard it from someone else. I have been through it. So I'm going to tell you stories, what happened to us, where did we succeed, why did we succeed, where did we fail, and why did we fail. Energy today is one such area. I think this story has never been told. Occasionally I am tempted, and from today's lecture, I think lectures here, I will be very greatly tempted to tell the story. It's a very interesting story. And it is a story of great ups and downs. And I remember Mushal Hussain Sahab and I was privileged to share with him a partnership for bringing some sanity into the power sector. And we failed. We were beaten not by facts. As someone, I was reading it only very recently, someone said, some wise man said that you can never beat in argument an ignorant man. We were beaten by ignorance. We were beaten by prejudices. And we were beaten by a total disregard of national interest vis-a-vis interest of some vested interests. Unfortunately, I sometimes say, and I must be forgiven by my very colleagues over here sitting on this table, I have said this thing a couple of times, that Pakistan was established on 14th August 1947, and I remember the day. But Pakistan did not become independent. The interests of Pakistan were taken over by vested interests, and we are still working under them. This is the most unfortunate part of it, but let me not go into that thing a great deal of that. And then it cut the wings of WAPDA. The question has been raised today. What is WAPDA's role in this thing? WAPDA was disabled in 90s from pursuing this program. I am saying it openly because I would challenge anybody to come along and prove me wrong. I was there. I was in the middle of the group, and WAPDA was disabled. And then came a very fashionable slogan: private sector. The private sector disabled WAPDA also from the thermal additionalities, with the result that it did in 10 years, it produced infrastructure to give you 20 billion units a year, which at 1 rupee 20 paisa, 2 paisa. That is what WAPDA's contribution is. And thereafter you stopped it. You disabled it. You can't do Karabakh. There's a consensus to be needed. There's no consensus. And let me tell you, sir, I think after being for 20 years in this game, I have come to this conclusion that how can you achieve consensus on an issue where lack of consensus is the bread and butter of some people? How can you do that? It is an elusive search. It is never going to happen. The only people who are going to be the people whose interest one has to watch is the common man of Pakistan. Whether he is from Sindh, whether he is from Pukhtunkhwa, whether he is from Balochistan or Punjab. It is them. I am reminded of a verse of Faiz Ahmad Faiz. Then it was said that Karabakh is dropped. Let's go beyond Karabakh. नहीं निगाह में मंजिल तो जुस्तजू ही सही, नहीं विसाल मुयस्सर तो आरज़ू ही सही. And as someone else said this, that defeat could be a temporary condition. Giving up is what is permanent. And why wouldn't I give up? Let me tell you also, because I think we are looking at Karabakh only as an energy horse. No. It is the only project which can equate for the 4 provinces of Pakistan the same ease of access, economic ease of access for their share of water as Karabakh is. Otherwise, what will happen? 3 provinces of Pakistan will get their water through gravity, with the result that they will be paying their water charges at the rate of 400 to 500 rupees an acre a year. Pukhtunkhwa will have no other option but to pump it, and that will cost rupees 3,700 rupees an acre a year. Do you want to give this, create a time bomb in the Federation of Pakistan? Such disparity? No, I don't want to do that. I would never like to do that. And this is what in the final briefing before President Musharraf I said, sir, this is the question which somebody will ask then. And unless we answer it today, some engineer standing over there, a Pashtun engineer standing over there, if we have not built Karabakh and we have not put the right bank canal, he will say, and if he knows the system, he will say, this is the Indus River, which I don't call Indus, I call it a basin. It is this river, my river. We claim it to be our river. This my river is going full of water. All the provinces of Pakistan are getting that. But I am pumping it at 3,000 rupees, 700. Why were the decision makers so unfair to me? I said, he will ask this question then. And then we have to answer it today, because then it cannot be answered. The question is this. You see, what's the price we are paying for not doing these things? And are we willing to continue on paying this price? One of the greatest problems of Pakistan is that our rulers never become victims of their wrong decision making. It is the common man of Pakistan who suffers from it. The rulers are never victims. Because, I don't know, I don't want to be so unfair to make this statement, but simply to say, because Pakistan for them is what difference it is than a British viceroy and British rulers who were coming over here, because he knew he has to do it efficiently, things here and there, and then go back to his own country. So, gentlemen, I'm sorry, I must apologize to you. I think I should write that book. I should write that book.
Sure.
And say that the story must be told. And story must be told, because I tell you why. Unless and until you diagnose the ailment correctly, you cannot cure it. The ailment, unless it is diagnosed correctly, cannot be cured. And that is in that respect that one has to say, what is the problem? And let me tell you, if I have to tell you, the problem is that we have come from 60% idle to 32% idle. That is the problem. And that is why electricity is beyond reach. Our industry is going to become uncompetitive. Our people are going to become, our agriculture is going to become almost difficult to practice in some cases, and so many other things. I hope it never happens. I hope it doesn't happen again. And I am not a pessimist. I'm a born optimist. Because मुशाहिद साहब कहेंगे कि पता नहीं क्या किस मूड में आज हमारा आया हुआ है हम पर. I am a great believer in the fact that finally the people of Pakistan will make the right decision, if they are allowed to. If they are allowed to. Rashad has mentioned he has been recently to Sindh, and he has found that the attitude is still the same. I'm sure the people whom he met and the people with whom he talked and the people who were around him, they were not the common men of Sindh. They were people with vested interests. And those people with vested interests remain committed to their interests only if it means even this much of total Pakistan's interest. So, gentlemen, I have said nothing about the book. I think one of the reasons I didn't say much about the book was that I am very grateful to Asif. He has discussed this with me in such length and such, so many times. Glasgow was almost to me an extension of my own home. He would call me and he would discuss with me, and he came here, and whenever he would come, he would be meeting me. So I hope, and I think he had told me at one stage, because some of you, Talat, you have also said it, I think, that he should be writing another one, and that should actually cover those parts, which he has done. He has done, tried to do it, but if see in one volume, how could you cover such an important thing? To tell the story with all its dimensions and with everybody is involved in and do's and whatnot. Thank you very much.